Very quickly, I just want to show you some of the key things that I absolutely love about Drip, and I know you're probably going to love them as well. So we'll get started with the one that everyone seems to absolutely fall in love with, and that is the Visual Builder workflows. So here I've got an example of one that I just quickly set up as a demo. So let's say that you are building an email list and trying to get people who subscribe to your free opt-in to become a customer to buy a product or take some sort of action. Generally what would happen is that, as we've got here, you've got submitted the entry form and then you send the marketing campaign, the value adding campaign, where you give them the free download, maybe some extra freebies, but then also at the same time you also are actually trying to then promote your actual product. And at that point, that's where most general autoresponders will stop, but not with Drip. So with Drip, we can take it onto a whole new level. So at that point, at the end of the campaign, you can say, is the subscriber tagged with customer? So let's say that if you have a customer who buys a product, you tag them on your email list with the tag customer. This then allows you to then segment them and send them special emails as a customer. But at the same point, what it will also do is we've got this decision here. So is the subscriber tagged with customer? Yes, you can send them a one-off email, perhaps it's just a thank you for signing up. Hope you find it of use. Look forward to helping you with more in the future. And then at that point, you can go all the way down and that person can exit the workflow because they've taken the action that you want. But what about all those people who don't sign up as a customer, which, let's face it, is going to be the majority of people? Usually you would just have to send them another marketing campaign or send them another opt-in and hope that they sign up. But with Drip, you can automatically, based on this campaign alone, say that, okay, they haven't signed up as a customer, I'm going to send them another one-off email. Perhaps this email is a bit more of a sales email, whereas the marketing campaign and the value-adding campaign isn't quite so salesy. So again, you can then send that one-off email. Perhaps actually you decide, actually they've had quite a few emails from me, actually I want to send them a one-off email, but what I want to do is also to add a bit of a delay. So rather than bombarding them with a sales email kind of after 5 or 6 emails, you can add a delay in. So there's lots of various actions that you can do, and all the way up and down you can start to just really start to add various actions in, which can just really make you optimize your particular campaign. And I'm just looking for the actual flow to, I know what I've done. I've gone to action rather than delay. So what I actually decided to do is, rather than sending them an email one day or like straight away after that campaign, I've decided that actually I'll wait 7 days, and I don't want to send on a Saturday or Sunday because these are business clients, business people that are going to be receiving the email. So I want them to do it about 9 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully they get it first thing in the morning. And then you update the delay. So then again, you've now got a delay. Rather than sending that campaign and then just sending a one-off email afterwards, it's actually delayed specifically for a specific amount of time. And then that one-off email gets sent 7 days later. You can then also, based on that sales email, are they subscribed? Is the subscriber tagged with customer? Yes, brilliant. They can just exit that workflow. No, okay, let's send them a different marketing campaign for a different product. Why? Because, well, they've had this marketing campaign which you know converts pretty well for people who are interested in your product. You've then waited a bit of time to give them a bit of time to maybe think about it, and then you've then sent them a marketing email to see if they are subscribed with customer. And at that point, if they're still not tagged with customer for that particular product, then maybe they're actually not in the right place, or it's just not something that they're going to be purchasing at this time. So again, rather than just saying, oh, okay, well, we'll accept that some people will buy, some people won't, you can then start to actually say, well, let's send them a campaign for a different product, a related product that if they're interested in your product 1, they're going to be interested maybe in your product 2, and maybe it's a bit cheaper, a cheaper alternative, so that maybe they can't afford the £500 course that you've been promoting, but if you then offer them a £79 course, they'll actually maybe be interested in that. So again, it's this way of building these workflows that you can really start to tailor your marketing based on the behaviors of your subscribers, rather than just this shotgun approach of, I know what I'll do, I'll just send out a marketing campaign and hope people buy. You're strategically sending campaigns out, but then based on what people do and the resulting actions, you're then sending customized emails to them. So that's, again, this workflow and automation you can take it as far as you want to. So again, after that campaign, you could add more decisions. So you could again say that is it tagged with customer again. So this one could be customer product 2, and then update decision. So again, you could then start to go to that process, so that rather than always just this, I know what I'll do, I'll just email everyone on my list and hope some of them buy my product. You're sending them through a tailored workflow, which you know over time you can start to optimize more and more. How do you do that? Well, there's a toggle counts section here. So you can start to see how many were triggered into the actual workflow, and then how many went to the one-off email, how many went to the delay, and you can start to see where people are being lost in your particular workflows. Rather than that just shotgun approach, which I talk about a lot, this is a much more strategic and automated and systematic way of moving people through your funnel. So that, I know, is the one kind of key thing that a lot of people absolutely love about Drip, but there are some other key areas which I just want to go over as quickly as I can. So the first one is that subscribers aren't really put into lists. What you will have is one large list which you can then segment in dozens and dozens of ways. And the way you do that is by choosing a filter. So the most common way will be to filter by tags, but you could also filter by people who've been in a campaign or custom fields, or how they signed up, when they signed up, their lead activity or how inactive they've been in their emails, when they subscribed. There's just dozens and dozens of ways that you can start to segment your particular list. And what you can do, the great thing about that is that I'll go to the broadcast section, which is just one-off emails. So rather than having to send an email to a particular list, you can send it to any kind of segment that you can think of creating. So I'm going to create a test broadcast. And the first thing you do is, just as we've seen in the subscribers section, you get to segment your entire list. So this isn't just one list of your 5 that you have. This is your entire list of everyone that's subscribed. And so at that point, you can then say, what I want to do is I want to create a filter for people who are tagged with freelancing. And then you save recipients, and because I've only got one subscriber in this demo account, it's only got one person who is tagged. But if you had 1,000 people, it would only show the subscribers who have been tagged with freelancing. But then perhaps you're doing a sales product for your freelancing course, for example. So what you could do is add a condition and tags, and do not include customer product 2. For example, let's say all people who sign up to this product that you're going to send, that you're going to promote in this email, they get tagged with customer product 2 when they purchased. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a list, create a segment of your list of people who are tagged with freelancing. What that will do, what that will more than likely include, is some people who have bought your product. So what you also want to do is add that second filter in to make sure that you're only promoting this product to people who haven't purchased it. Because what would happen if you purchase a product and then a month later you get an email saying that, oh, would you like to buy this product? You go, no, I've already bought it. Why are you emailing me about this? You'll annoy people on your list, and there's a chance they might unsubscribe, or they might just not receive your emails in future as good as they might do, because they get a bit annoyed because you keep sending them sales emails. So this is where the real power of these various tags and automations start to come in, because you can create very small segments based on very specific things that you're going to promote to those people. And so that's how moving away from lists and moving to tags is really going to start how you start to segment and optimize those broadcasts and those emails that you send out to people. And one of the ways that you can start to automatically segment people is by creating automation rules. So what we can do is, basically there's various triggers that you can have in Drip. So you can see here there's probably a dozen or so, and then a dozen or so even more actions that you should perform. So for example, when someone is applied a tag, let's say customer product 2, which is a product that you maybe sell, you could then say send a one-off email because you want to introduce them to that particular product, or you could have a campaign that you want to send for all new customers, Or perhaps you actually also want to apply another tag or remove a tag. That's a great one. So, for example, you could have a list on your list. You could have a tag that is kind of your bucket list, your list of just people who kind of are interested in what you're doing, but they haven't really shown any interest in a particular area. So you could remove them from the general tag so that they don't get those generic emails anymore. They get tailored ones for particular customers. And so again, you could start to create all of these rules automatically so that rather than having to kind of manage and nurture your list manually, you can start to create these workflows and rules that do it automatically for you, which I can tell you now will save you hours and hours of time and just improve that level of segmentation no end. Another key feature of Drip is the conversion. So what you can start to do is set up a goal in Drip. So let's say, again, creating a product or signing up for an email list. You can create that as configure it as a conversion so that, again, you can then start to build up lead scoring based on, rather than having a list of people going, oh, well, I think everyone's interested, I'm going to send that new sales email to them. You could actually say, well, actually, these people are really interested. These people aren't quite so interested. So you could, again, segment them in a slightly different way based on their conversions, based on their behaviors, rather than just that, I'm going to send it to everyone. It's these people really like my product. They've actually been on the page, for example. They've been on the sales page, so they're close to buying. Everyone else is actually a bit further away, so they need a slightly different email. And that's where you can then start to, again, segment your list in various different ways. Another great thing that I love about Drip is the split test. So what you can start to do with your campaigns is to create a split test. So you can say delivery timing, next step, and then we haven't actually got a campaign to actually test at the moment, but you can then select a campaign and you can then select 2 or 3 different delivery times so that these campaigns can then be optimized even more beyond the basic information that you get within each of the campaigns about email, open rates, click-throughs. You can actually then start to test different things to try and improve those actual campaigns even further. Great thing, I wasn't actually on my list of things I wanted to talk about, but there are actually lots of blueprints in Drip so that you can actually start to 5-day mini course, follow-up post sequence, follow-ups, cart abandonment recoveries. There's lots of automatically blueprint and frameworks for you to automatically just, so if we're going to, let's say, follow-up subscription trial, use this blueprint, we can just automatically get it in there and then start editing it just so that you can, again, get those campaigns set up really quickly and really easily and give you some ideas of what's possible. And then finally, just another feature that I really do like. It's not a massive one, but it is very useful. So if we have a broadcast, we'll continue with the setup. And let's say that we've set our filters for who we want to receive it. We've then set the email. Obviously, you've got the normal kind of scheduling. This is just all tests, so I just want to try and move it through. Save. And I might not actually be able to schedule email to send just yet because I haven't confirmed my yet. There we go. Email sending is currently disabled until I approve the actual account. So what I wanted to show you was that you can actually schedule the email to send, which again, standard feature. You can then tick a box to say, send this email again to people who do not open this email. So I'll actually show you that feature in the recipients. So you can add a condition. Let's just go down here. So broadcast emails, and you can say people who have not opened a particular broadcast. So let's say that you send an email on Monday. On Wednesday, you can schedule an email to send another email that just sends to those people who didn't open the email on Monday. And there's various automation features like that that are really powerful and really start to take your email marketing to another level.